research, you can narrow it down to which is actually the scariest of them, which you would actually be afraid of. However, what is going on right now in this country, what is being withheld, the information that is being withheld from you, please trust me in saying that it is definitely in your best interest that this information is being withheld. Just please trust me.
The NSA, NATO, the United Nations, those are groups to fear. Those are the ones who... No? You're saying no?
Think a little.
Are you talking about like a general shadow government, or like a known organization?
Do a quick... Only hint I can give you, do a quick Wikipedia search, Eden, of government intelligence agencies in the United States. I already told you that the two scariest are not the FBI or the CIA. The scariest is higher. It's actually much closer to home than you would think.
I'm pretty scared of FEMA.
Military agencies that you wouldn't expect.
How about FEMA? What do you think about them? Because they have a lot of power to start a little police state, New World Order scenario, if there is a natural disaster that they declare a state of emergency in this country.
Or pandemic.
Don't worry about FEMA. Don't worry too much about FEMA. Trust me, they're scarier. I think the closest that I can actually get without giving you too much information, we're talking about 9/11. Think airplanes.
Alice, what do you know about the 3.3 tons of cocaine on a plane that crashed in Yucatan, Mexico? Were you debriefed on that?
I don't have information regarding that. The only information in which I have any regards to is 9/11, and specifically my family's connection to 9/11. It's information that I was not meant to get in the first place, however, an agent took it down, and that's all I'm allowed to say. No, I'm not related to I am 18 years old, and this is nothing to get in the news, so I'm not really saying anything that you wouldn't be able to find on your own. That's why I'm not getting into specifics here, and that's why I'm able to give you tiny little ideas. But I can't tell you anything about those organizations. The fact that they exist, they're on Wikipedia. The name of the organization is Wikipedia.
It's the National Reconnaissance Office.
I just can't tell you which it is. I can tell you that there is one that is much scarier than both the CIA and the FBI. That's not how it goes. And that's as much as I can tell you, unfortunately. An agent had breakdown. That is the only reason why I have the information that I have. And because of this, visited by intelligence, and I was told that I am not allowed to disclose any of this information that was posed to me by the agent who had the victim. So that is all I'm allowed to say. I cannot disclose any further information, so please, if we may, drop the subject, because it's extremely touchy for me. And even discussing this and hearing people say things about, especially in intelligence conspiracy, really hurts me, because I know I know much more than you could imagine, things that I really do not want to know about 9/11. It's much more tragic than you would think, and that is really all I can say. I can't give you details, I can't give you names. I really wish I could. I hate to give arguments that I cannot give evidence for, but unfortunately I'm obligated not to.
I'm sure we all understand it was a catalyst for two holy wars, in the Middle East, and, it's probably got something to do with oil and the whole nine, get back to that's there. But, I want to go back to John convincing me that the World Trade Center's or not, I guess, never mind. New topic. Let's talk about the...
But it's really just asking to get attacked. And we know these places. I'm sure you know these places. Personally, I can't talk about current events. I can talk about historic events. But you know what places I'm talking about. These are open invitations for us to be attacked, and we don't move. Why? Very important question. As I told Cody, very important to keep your inquisitive, questioning, and suspicious mind. Very important, because these things do happen. Now, what was PM'd to me? Daybreak. I'm sorry that I'm reading this aloud, but I must. He said, cowardice must be your motivation. If you truly know this information, then the fact that you're keeping silent is simply out of cowardice and you are hurting the public.
That she just doesn't want to die.
and that it's going against those who have died, right? More good is being done by me keeping my fucking mouth shut than it is if I were to spew this information. There's information I do not want to know that is up here, unfortunately. And if I were to give that to you, not only one, would I be putting us at risk, but two, I could seriously psychologically damage you, which I don't want to do. So, have a nice day with that, okay?
Getting a little X-Files in here, isn't it, folks?
No, I know. Best game ever.
It's not X-Files, anything like that, and no, it's not my lips flapping noise, okay? I'm not threatening that anything would happen. The reason I can say this because it was why I had to keep quiet. Risk of national security. A breach in information was given, and so it was a risk of national security. And the reason why I cannot tell you these things, the reason and why I have been told is because it is a risk of national security. If I could say it, I would. And no, I'm not a little girl, and you're seriously pissing me off, because one, you are showing no sympathy for, even if you thought I was lying, you would have to give the possibility that I was telling the truth, and you're showing absolutely no sympathy for that. I've told you something extremely personal about my life that has happened. I don't know if you guys were in here before, but I also told you that I have anxiety problems, partly because of this. I have severe anxiety issues because of this. I have also said, yes, I'm from California, so what? I also told you this was someone who was extremely close to me, but when other people sort of caught on to that this was a family member that this happened with, and has... You're just a fucking prick. The company that produces satellites and other technologies to NASA. He also used to work for Hughes. Does the same thing. Northrop and Grumman is #1 right now.
Alice, do you know anything about HARP?
Global Hawk.
I really prefer not to talk about these things, only because I'm sorry, my mind is just so jumbled right now, and you have to understand. First, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Second, this topic has really wrung me. And just please, even if you think that I'm lying, at least hold sympathy for the fact that I've told you that this is a family member that this happened to. And I hold my own problems because of this. So, please do not call me a liar. If you sympathize with the victims, then you should be sympathizing for me, because I essentially am a victim of what had happened, even though I was not there.
Well, just ignore it. It's just fucking stick him. It's a moron who doesn't know, who doesn't even have the balls to go on cam. So Daybreak, shut the fuck up.
Plus, Alice's can click on Daybreak and ignore him, and she won't see what he, types in, so...
It is more the barn door effect. Letting it happen for certain reasons to achieve specific means. I would especially look into this concept of fear, and I would look into past historic events which have led into the same circumstances that we are in now. It is a very specific tactic, which you have said, and it has a very specific effect on the country when it happens. We saw it not just with 9/11, but also natural disaster, Katrina.
Have you heard of the shock doctrine? You have heard of the shock doctrine?
What's that? Explain that.
I'm going to link a video here from my YouTube in chat. Give me 2 seconds. This will blow your